Hello, this is VidHead85, and what I want to talk about is a controversy. Yes, I know I'm no stranger to controversy, but this is the point. Martin Luther King was a Republican. Now, I remember seeing a story a little while ago, maybe about 2 years ago perhaps, that Martin Luther King was a Republican. But I have no doubt that he would not be one of today's Republicans. The fact is, LBJ signed into law Medicaid and the Voter Rights Act. This is, even though Republicans went stooping around for it, that was something that they were doing. The fact is, most of the more liberal elements switched over to the Democratic Party. And hence is why the Democratic Party now is liberal, because many of the liberal Republicans over there began to liberalize the Democratic Party, and there was a huge shift, traffic going both ways. So, when people say that Martin Luther King was a Republican, I say, yeah, you got a good point, but he wouldn't be today's Republican. And saying that I should be a Republican today is like saying I should piss my bed because I used to. Saying that I shouldn't be a Democrat because of its long history of racism is like saying that they're still that same party now, while the Republicans are the party of Lincoln. Well, I'm sorry, but I ain't buying, and you shouldn't be selling that one. There are many famous people who were Republicans out there who were Lincoln Republicans, Frederick Douglass Republicans, and they were not the racist individuals that we're seeing in the Tea Party or the Conservative Party. And I trust that many Republicans out there are ashamed at their party. But of course, many of them still vote for some of those Republicans because they are the Tea Publicans, where they manage to believe or at least agree with them most of the time, or a good deal amount of the time, and not others, and they say, well, that's better than the best Democrat. Again, I refuse to be today's Republican. Martin Luther King was a Republican, and more than likely he switched over to Democrat in the aftermath of the Voter Rights Act being passed. However, just because the Democratic Party has a history of racism doesn't mean that they're like that today. Yes, I know that there may have been people in the Democratic Party that are probably racist now, or were before, who knows. But it doesn't compare to me to the blatant racism that I'm seeing with a flurry of voter ID laws, with a flurry of uneven laws that hurt people based on race, especially with education and schools and funding suburban areas or areas that are more predominantly white, their education more, and funding urban areas that are more than likely predominantly black less. Like, we see this institutionalized racism all around us, and the only people who can deny it are those who are white conservatives or black conservatives who refuse to who refuse to see that race still plays a part in their own oppression. Only they seek to be the same kind of people that oppressed them before, and they're oppressing others also. Doing the Sam Bo dance, E.W. Jackson, Clarence Thomas, Allen West, and Herman Cain, and people like you. That's all you're doing. As far as I'm concerned, the only thing exceptional about today's Republicans, John Kerry said, is that they oppose everything that made us exceptional in the first place. Good day, YouTube.